I think the biggest value is listening to other people within within different industries, all within HR, right? But hearing what they're going through and being able to relate to what they're going through and then talk through some of the similar problems that we're all facing,
right?
Or good things that we're facing and experiencing, and just sharing those ideas.
So is it benchmarking, best practices? Is it problem solving, all the above?
I think it's a combination of everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always great when someone has the same problem as you and you can understand what they're doing to try to solve that problem.
Yeah. How about the virtual format? Because obviously, during the pandemic, the world changed in lots of different ways. How did you find that?
I haven't experienced it in Connex in a non-virtual format. So when I kind of started, that's what I was used to, right? And so I actually enjoy it, right? I find it very efficient, right? Sometimes when you get in a room with people, you're not as efficiently working through your topics, and so I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of what it's about, right? Efficiency. Yeah. And how about the matching? Like, so the different folks that you meet. Do you find do we do a good job of that, and actually making sure that people you are meeting are relevant to your needs or what have you?
Yeah, the ones that I got matched up with everything was relevant to the conversation I had with Andrew. Andrew and I had it, I think, over the phone, and there wasn't a mismatch at all. I think one of the 5 partners or vendors that I met with maybe didn't end up being a good fit, but the other ones, I'm exploring more with them.
So it's 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And how about the quality of just the relationships, the peer relationships, other things like that? Because I think a big part of this, when you tell me, but is spending time with peers and those kind of relationships that you might leverage in the future. But how do you find it?
Yeah, I liked it. I was telling my wife last night on the phone, I'm like, hey, the conference is a lot smaller than I thought. And then I go, but there's great things to that, because I'm talking to some people multiple times, in different breakout sessions, and you're able to talk to, more in-depth conversations with people, right? As opposed to going to a conference with thousands of people where you're not even having one-on-one conversations with anybody unless you're 5 minutes before the presentation, and that's it. But this format, I actually enjoy it better than the large conferences.
Yeah, I think one of the things we've tried to emphasize is, a lot of things are transactional, right? And actually, if you think about in-person events, they much as they're fun, they are transactional by their nature, right? You do it once a year or whatever it is. And I think what people want in lots of parts of life, but in professional life as well, is relationships, right? And so how do I have something that's enduring, that lasts beyond just, hey, I meet you here and I never see you again, but hey, you're somebody that's interesting, we get on personally and professionally. How do I make sure that, maybe 6 months from down the road, I can talk to you because you are doing something that I was interested in, and leverage that? I don't know if you...
Yeah, I think there's a couple of vendors that I was able to connect with on different topics that I think we'll continue to explore, right? And then there's other participants. I don't know what you're referring to us as. Members. There's a couple of them that I've actually reached out to before, and I'll continue to do so, right? I mean, it's always nice to have someone that you trust,
right,
or that you've had at least 1 or 2 conversations with to bounce an idea off of. So
yeah.